Hi everyone. Welcome to JVC English Learning Academy. Thank you so much for joining us today. Don't forget to subscribe so you can get new tips to improve your English every day. Here at JVC English Learning Academy.B, we don't just learn English from books. We learn English from real stories. Stories that are spoken slowly, clearly, and with feeling. Today, I want you to imagine something simple. Something you have probably done many times. It starts with a very small action. Just a tiny click. One little click. That small click can open a big world. A world full of choices, colors, sizes, reviews, and sometimes surprises. It is a world you can explore without leaving your home. And that is what today's story is about. Today, we are going to explore that world together. Our story begins with a man named Daniel. Daniel does not like shopping in stores. He does not like crowded places. He does not like waiting in long lines. He also does not enjoy walking from one store to another just to find one simple thing. Shopping in stores is tiring and takes a lot of time. One day, Daniel needs a new pair of headphones. Instead of going to a store, he decides to do what millions of people do every day. He opens his laptop, sits comfortably on his bed, and types 3 simple words into a search engine: best cheap headphones. The web page loads slowly at first. Then the pictures appear one by one. Daniel sees shiny black headphones, small white headphones, and even colorful headphones that glow in the dark. He sees prices that seem too low to be true. He sees ratings with stars. Some stars are bright gold. Some stars are dark or empty. Daniel scrolls through the options, feeling a kind of excitement. You may know this feeling. The excitement of looking for the perfect thing. The thing that feels right. The thing that is a good deal. But shopping online is not always simple. The first headphones Daniel looks at have 5 beautiful stars. 5 stars. He smiles. Wow, these must be amazing, he thinks. Then, he reads the reviews. Some people say the headphones sound great. Others say the sound is too low. Some say they are comfortable. Others say they break easily. Daniel begins to understand something important. Just because something looks perfect online, it might not be perfect for him. He realizes he has to read carefully, check details, and think about what he really needs. Daniel scrolls more slowly now. He looks at each picture and each review. He imagines using the headphones while listening to music or watching videos. He asks himself simple questions. Will they be comfortable? Will the sound be clear? Is the price fair? With each question, he learns more. Online shopping is not just about clicking and buying. It is about making choices, thinking carefully, and sometimes learning from mistakes. Finally, Daniel finds a pair that feels just right. Not too expensive, not too cheap. Comfortable enough to wear for hours. The sound is clear. Most reviews are positive. Daniel smiles. He clicks Add to Cart and then Buy Now. One small click, and the headphones are on their way to him. That tiny click started a journey. A journey full of choices, excitement, and learning. Daniel now knows that online shopping can be simple and enjoyable if you pay attention, take your time, and make thoughtful decisions. But Daniel's story doesn't end there. He keeps reading reviews for the headphones he is looking at. The first review says, "Amazing quality. I love them." Daniel smiles. That sounds good. The second review says something very different. "Terrible product. Broke after 2 days. Do not buy." Daniel frowns. He feels confused. How can the same product be amazing to one person and terrible to another? This is exactly the moment when many people get stuck while shopping online. Maybe you have felt the same way when reading reviews on the internet. This is the moment when you ask yourself, who should I believe? That simple question starts a small adventure for Daniel. It is not an adventure outside his house, but an adventure inside his mind. a journey of thinking, learning, and understanding. Daniel notices that online shopping is more than just clicking. It is about reading carefully, understanding words, and thinking about what is real and what is not. Some reviews sound helpful. Others seem strange. One review says, "This product changed my life." Daniel laughs. Changed your life? It's just headphones. Another review says, "Only good." No details, no explanation. Daniel wonders if that person even tried the headphones. Here, the story teaches something important to Daniel and to you. Online shopping is not just about buying things. It is also a chance to read, think, and understand. It is a chance to practice English with real words, real sentences, and real feelings. Daniel continues reading. Some reviews say the headphones are worth the price. Others say they feel cheap. Some reviews say the headphones arrived late. Others say they arrived early. Some say the sound is clear. Others say the headphones stopped working after a week. Daniel thinks, how can the same product create so many different stories? He stops scrolling. He closes his eyes and takes a slow breath. Then he remembers something his friend Emily told him. When you shop online, don't only look at the stars. Read the story. Daniel nods and follows her advice. He begins with the longer reviews, the ones that explain why someone liked or disliked the headphones. These reviews tell him more than just stars or short words. They tell real stories, real experiences, both good and bad. And that is the lesson for Daniel, and for you. Online shopping is not just about clicks. It is about thinking, learning, and making good choices. Each review, each comment, each little detail can teach you something new. Daniel learns that with attention, patience, and care, online shopping can be simple, enjoyable, and full of learning. As Daniel keeps reading, he begins to notice patterns. He sees which reviews appear many times. He sees which complaints are repeated. He sees which praises are mentioned again and again. Daniel understands something important. No product is perfect for everyone. Some people like soft headphones. Some like firm ones. Some want loud sound. Others want soft sound. Some care more about price. Others care more about style. Daniel realizes that understanding the story behind a product is more important than just looking at the pictures or the stars. Careful reading and thinking can help him make a smart choice. He continues scrolling slowly, reading each review. He smiles as he learns more about what makes headphones good or bad. He is patient now. He knows that choosing the right product takes time, attention, and careful thought. With each review, Daniel is also practicing English. He notices new words, sentences, and feelings. He reads real English, the English people use every day. He feels more confident with every review. This time, Daniel focuses on reviews with details. Reviews that explain the product honestly. One review says in simple English, "I like these headphones because the sound is soft and warm, but the cable is short. Be careful if you want to use them at the gym." Daniel nods. Okay, that helps, he thinks. Now he knows both the good and the not-so-good parts. Another review says, "The packaging was bad, but the product is okay. Just don't expect too much." Daniel smiles. Fair enough, he says. Slowly, he begins to understand something very useful. Good reviews tell you what is good and what is not. Bad reviews explain why the product did not work for someone. Honest reviews feel like real conversations. They give useful information. Daniel can imagine what it would be like to use the headphones himself. As he reads, Daniel notices words and phrases people use when they talk about products online. Words like quality, shipping, packaging, seller, return policy, and refunds start to make sense. He learns that value for money means the product is worth the price. As described, means the product matches the pictures and description online. Slowly, the world of online shopping stops feeling confusing. It begins to feel exciting, like a new place he can explore. Without even realizing it, Daniel is practicing English. Each review teaches him new words and phrases. And at the same time, it helps him make better shopping decisions. Daniel scrolls to the next product. New headphones appear. New pictures, new reviews. The stars look good but not perfect. Daniel feels a small excitement. He whispers to himself, maybe this is the one. But then, a small message pops up on the screen. Only 3 left in stock. Daniel freezes. His heart beats a little faster. Should he buy it now? What if it sells out? What if he waits too long? This is the moment every online shopper knows. The moment of decision. The moment to choose between acting quickly or continuing to search. Daniel looks at the headphones again. He looks at the reviews one more time. He thinks about the words he just learned. He remembers his friend Emily's advice. Don't just look at the stars. Read the story. He nods. Making a smart decision takes time. It is not just about clicking. It is about understanding, thinking, and learning from other people's experiences. Daniel takes a deep breath. He feels ready to make a choice, but he knows there is still more to consider. There are more reviews, more products, and more information he can read before deciding. The small click that could start the purchase feels heavy now. It is not just about buying headphones. It is about learning, understanding, and practicing English while exploring the online shopping world. And that is where we pause Daniel's story for now. The next part will show how he thinks carefully, compares his options, and finally makes a choice. It will also show how online shopping can teach English in real life. For now, hold this question in your mind. Will Daniel click, add to cart, or will he keep exploring? That decision is coming soon, and it will teach him something deeper about shopping, learning, and using English every day. Daniel sits on his bed with his laptop resting on his legs. The laptop feels warm. The message on the screen catches his attention again, only 3 left in stock. His mind feels a small push, almost like someone is telling him to hurry. But Daniel stops. He whispers to himself, no, not yet. I need to understand everything first. He wants to be careful. He wants to learn. And that is exactly the point. Here, we slow down together. One of the goals of JBC English Learning Academy is not just to tell a story, but to help you understand English naturally, one word at a time. The world of online shopping is full of English phrases that are useful in real life. Every button, every message, every review is a chance to practice English. Daniel notices a small button under the product picture. It says, Add to cart. He says the words out loud, add to cart. Simple words. Add means to put something in. Cart means a basket or a shopping bag. Suddenly, the words make sense. It is not magic. It is simple English that he can understand. Next to the button, another message appears. It says, Buy now. Daniel reads carefully, now, not later. Not tomorrow. Now. The words feel strong, clear, and direct. It feels as if the website is speaking to him. Daniel smiles slightly. He sees more text, free shipping. He likes this phrase. Who doesn't like free shipping? He clicks on a small question mark next to it. A box opens. Free shipping available for orders over $25. Daniel nods. Okay, that makes sense. He learns a new phrase, orders over. This means if he spends more than a certain amount, shipping costs nothing. Daniel scrolls down slowly. Another phrase catches his eye. Expected delivery, January 14th to 17th. He likes this one too. It tells him when the headphones will arrive. He repeats the words softly to himself. Expected delivery, January 14th to 17th. The words flow smoothly like water. He realizes that reading English in context helps him understand and remember words better. He feels more confident learning phrases people use every day. As Daniel continues, he notices more details: the color of the headphones, the size of the package, and how the seller describes the product. Each small word teaches him something new. Daniel reads carefully. He notices something important. The seller has 95% positive feedback. That means most people trust the seller. Daniel repeats the phrase aloud: 95% positive feedback. He also reads, return policy, 30 days. That is very important. If something goes wrong, he can send the headphones back. Daniel is learning English phrases without even trying. Slowly, he starts to understand that online shopping is not only about buying things. It is also about learning, reading, and thinking. Every message on the website has meaning. Every phrase is useful in real life. He practices saying the words softly and clearly. Add to cart. Free shipping. Expected delivery. Return policy. Positive feedback. Daniel feels more confident. Slowly, the world of online shopping stops being confusing. It begins to feel exciting, like a new place he can explore. With English as his guide, Daniel leans back slightly on his bed. He feels patient, calm, and ready. He understands that the real adventure is not clicking the buttons quickly. It is about learning English behind each word, each button, and each message. Daniel smiles. One small click might come soon, but for now, he is learning and enjoying the journey. He repeats the words softly to himself: expected delivery. Expected delivery. These words are long, but they are not difficult. Hearing them in a real sentence helps him feel calm and ready to learn more. Next, he reads the product description carefully. Lightweight design. Comfortable ear pads. Clear sound for music and calls. Durable cable with built-in microphone. He stops at the word durable. He reads it slowly. Durable. He whispers softly. Durable means strong, long-lasting. By saying it aloud and thinking about the meaning, he is learning naturally, without stress. Next, he sees another phrase: 30-day return policy. Curious, he clicks on it. A small box opens with more information. You can return this item within 30 days if you are not satisfied. Daniel reads slowly and repeats the new words. Return means send back. Satisfied means happy with the product. He smiles quietly. He feels a small sense of success. Not because he is buying something, but because he is understanding more English than he expected. This is how many learners feel when English appears in a real context, like shopping online. Words connect with actions, pictures, and real-life feelings. This makes them easier to remember. Daniel continues reading reviews. He finds one that surprises him. Arrived with damage. Box was open. Not happy. He imagines a sad face behind those short words. Just below it, he finds another review. Fast delivery. Perfect condition. Great sound. He imagines a happy smile this time. Reading both makes him think. He wonders about the people writing these reviews. Who are they? Where do they live? Why do they have such different experiences? Maybe you have the same thoughts when you read reviews in English. Some reviews are angry, some are funny. Some are short, some are long. Some are helpful, some are confusing. But all of them are written by real people and they help learners practice real English. Daniel decides to try something new. He clicks on a filter option. The page changes immediately. Now the reviews are arranged from newest to oldest. He learns a new phrase, most recent. He repeats it softly, most recent. It is easy to remember because he sees it working right in front of him. Daniel notices that the newest reviews often mention important details: delivery time, package condition, sound quality. Older reviews sometimes repeat the same information. Filtering reviews helps him find useful information faster. Daniel scrolls slowly. He reads the words carefully and imagines each person writing them. He sees phrases like good quality, arrived on time, bad packaging but sound is okay, excellent seller, very responsive. Each phrase gives him new vocabulary and teaches English in context. Even short reviews can teach long lessons. Words like quality, packaging, seller, responsive now make sense because they are connected to real actions and real experiences. By the time he finishes looking at the most recent reviews, Daniel feels more confident. He understands that online shopping is not just about buying. It is also about reading, learning, and thinking. Every review is an opportunity to practice English. Every phrase is a real-life lesson. The stars and pictures are important, but the words tell the real story. Daniel smiles to himself. He feels patient, calm, and ready to continue. He repeats the phrase most recent slowly, most recent, most recent. Now he understands it clearly. It means the newest reviews appear first. A very useful phrase, he thinks. He continues reading, practicing the rhythm of English as he goes. Good value for money. Not as described. Excellent packaging. Would buy again. Poor customer service. Works better than I expected. Each phrase flows gently in his mind. Each one teaches him something new. Each one helps him feel more confident with English. Daniel scrolls until he finds a long review, the longest one so far. Long reviews are like treasure for English learners. They give more details, more sentences, and more words to practice. He reads carefully. I bought these headphones last month. The sound quality is good, and the battery lasts almost a full day. The earpads are a little small, so they can feel uncomfortable after an hour. The seller responded to my questions quickly, and the product arrived on time. Overall, I think these headphones are worth the price. Daniel smiles. This review feels real, balanced, and human. Not too positive, not too negative. He thinks, okay, this helps. This feels honest. Slowly, the world of online shopping starts to feel different. It is no longer just a place to buy things. It becomes a place for learning English, discovery, understanding sentences, connecting words to real life. Daniel feels almost ready to make a choice. He feels calm but focused. He knows he has learned a lot from reading the words, the reviews, and the product descriptions. But just before he makes the final decision, something small but important happens. A new message pops up on the screen. Someone in your area bought this item 10 minutes ago. Daniel pauses. His heart beats a little faster. The moment of decision is coming. Daniel freezes. His heart beats a little faster. He thinks, is this true? Is it real? Or is it just a trick to make me hurry? The words glow softly on the screen. They seem to whisper, hurry, hurry. Daniel stares quietly, thinking. He knows one thing. He must make a decision soon. He cannot wait forever. But he also wants to make the right choice. He takes a slow breath. He repeats the words to himself. Someone in your area bought this item 10 minutes ago. Slowly, he begins to understand. This message is meant to create urgency. It is a trick to make people feel like others are buying fast. Daniel smiles quietly. He thinks about all the reviews he has read, the words he has learned, and the careful steps he has taken to understand the headphones. Now, this small message does not confuse him. Instead, it becomes part of the learning. Daniel realizes something important. Every word on a website, every sentence in a review, every small message has meaning. They all teach English in context. They teach patience, understanding, and careful thinking. He feels ready to decide, but he does not rush. He knows that making a choice is part of the process. Online shopping has become more than buying. It is now a journey of learning and discovery. Daniel sits back on his bed and smiles softly. He has practiced English, learned new words, and understood real sentences. One small click could happen soon. But for now, he is ready, calm, confident, and prepared. He leans back on his pillow and thinks, is the message about someone else buying just a little trick to make me hurry? A small feeling grows inside him. A gentle seed of doubt. It is soft, like a quiet voice asking, are you making the right choice? Many people feel this way when shopping online. We want the best deal. We want the right reviews. We want to choose wisely. But sometimes there are too many options, too many opinions, too many words. Our minds get tired. Daniel feels that too. He closes the page for a moment and takes a deep, slow breath. He whispers, okay, Daniel, relax. You don't need to rush. He is right. Good decisions come from calm thinking, not panic. He opens the page again. The headphones are still there. Shiny, beautiful, still calling to him. The messages on the screen remind him again. Only 3 left in stock. Order before 8 p.m. to get it tomorrow. Daniel feels the soft pressure of time. This is a common trick in online shops. For English learners, it is also a chance to understand words about urgency. Words like before, left, get it by, arrives tomorrow appear again and again. Daniel scrolls down to the reviews once more. He wants to be sure. One review says, amazing product. Another says, not worth the price. One person writes, the sound is great. Another writes, the sound is terrible. Daniel frowns. Doubt grows again. Why is this so hard? He whispers. It's just headphones. But Daniel knows something deeper. It is not really about the headphones. It is about understanding, learning, and feeling confident. It is about feeling comfortable with English and with making decisions. He realizes that every click, every review, every phrase teaches him something. He is learning real English in a real-life situation. Daniel decides to do something new. He opens a new tab on his browser. He types slowly, are these headphones good? Then he presses enter. Instantly, a list of results appears. Articles, blog posts, and YouTube videos talk about the headphones. Daniel feels excited. Now he is not only reading reviews from buyers, but he can also see experts giving their opinions. He can compare information from many sources and learn even more English words and phrases. He reads sentences like, these headphones have clear sound and strong bass. The battery lasts a full day. He repeats the words softly, clear sound, strong bass, battery lasts. Each word and phrase flows naturally into his mind. He notices patterns in English. Words like recommend, worth the price, value for money appear again and again. Daniel starts to feel more confident. He realizes that understanding English is not about memorizing words. It is about seeing them in action in real situations and connecting them with real experiences. He smiles quietly. He knows he will soon make a choice about the headphones. But he also knows that the real learning is happening now. Reading, thinking, and practicing English is the most important part. Every sentence, every review, every message is a small step toward understanding. He feels calm, ready, and more confident than ever. Suddenly, Daniel finds a long article about the headphones. The article is written in simple English. It talks about sound quality, comfort, design, and price. He reads each line slowly and repeats some phrases out loud. Sound quality is clear and balanced. Comfortable for long use. Not ideal for sports. Good for studying and working. He nods as he reads. This feels useful. Real information he can trust. The article continues. These headphones are popular because they offer good value for money. Many users say they are reliable, but some say the cable is a little weak. Overall, they're a good choice for everyday use. Daniel feels something new. A soft wave of understanding. It is not perfect understanding, but it is enough. Enough to feel comfortable and confident. He goes back to the shopping page and looks at the headphones again. But another thought appears. A small seed of doubt. What if the color looks different in real life? What if the size is not right? What if the package comes late? What if I don't like them? These questions feel real. Everyone who shops online has them. These tiny worries can stop people from deciding for a long time. Daniel takes a deep breath and remembers something he learned earlier. 30-day return policy. He whispers softly, "Yes, I can return them if I don't like them." Suddenly, the doubts feel smaller. Softer. Almost invisible. He scrolls to the product description once more and reads slowly. Built-in microphone. Noise reduction. Soft ear cushions. Lightweight. Easy to carry. He smiles. Now he can imagine using these headphones while listening to music, watching videos, or practicing English. He glances at his old headphones beside him. They only play sound in one ear now. They look tired. They look like they need a rest. Daniel laughs softly. Okay, maybe it really is time for a new pair. But he still doesn't click buy now. Not yet. Daniel does not click buy now. Something inside him is waiting. He is learning patience and understanding. He feels calm. He is not rushed. Daniel notices something important. Every review he read, every article he opened, every message on the page, every small detail taught him something about English. Words like built-in microphone, noise reduction, value for money, reliable, return policy, now feel familiar. They are not just words on a page. They are connected to real products, real actions, and real decisions. For Daniel, this moment is more than just shopping. It is a small adventure in learning English. Each phrase he reads, each sentence he repeats, each review he understands, helps him feel more confident in real life. He feels calm and patient. He is ready to make a choice, but only when he is fully sure. For now, he is enjoying the learning process. He scrolls slowly. He reads carefully. He imagines using the headphones in his everyday life. Daniel understands something important. Online shopping is not just about buying things. It is about learning, reading, thinking, and connecting words with actions. Every sentence he reads teaches him English naturally, without stress. And that is the real success. Not clicking the buy now button yet, but feeling prepared, confident, and ready for the moment when he does. Something inside Daniel tells him to check one more thing. He scrolls down to the seller information. The page shows seller rating 4.8 out of 5, 95% positive feedback. Ships within 24 hours. Daniel reads slowly and repeats the word softly, positive feedback. He learns that it means people are happy with the seller. This is very important because a good seller can make the shopping experience safer and easier. He continues reading. Customer service responds quickly. Fast returns. Secure packaging. Daniel smiles. Confidence grows inside him. He feels calm and prepared. He understands the words, the phrases, and their meaning. But then something unusual happens. A new advertisement appears at the bottom of the page. Another pair of headphones. A little cheaper. A little different. Immediately, doubt returns. Bigger this time. Daniel clicks on the new headphones. He reads the reviews carefully. Some reviews are good, some are bad, the usual mix. He compares the pictures. He compares the prices. He compares the comments. Now he feels stuck between two choices. This is a very modern problem. The problem of too many options. Which pair is better? Which pair is right for him? Should he spend a little more or save money? As he feels confused, a soft, warm realization begins inside him. A tiny voice whispers, maybe the product doesn't matter as much as you think. Maybe it is the decision that matters. Daniel stops scrolling. He looks again at the first pair. Then he looks at the second pair. Something inside whispers softly, trust yourself. He returns to the first pair of headphones. He scrolls slowly, reading another long review. He checks the seller's rating again. He breathes in slowly. He breathes out slowly. He feels calm, confident, and ready. Finally, he clicks Add to Cart. The sound is soft, almost quiet. A tiny click. But inside Daniel's mind, it feels like a small victory. Not because he bought something, but because he made a decision in English. He understood the phrases. He read the reviews. He learned the descriptions. He paid attention to the warnings and the messages. Every word he read and every click he made helped him practice English naturally. Daniel leans back on his pillow and smiles. He feels proud. Not because of the headphones, but because he understood, thought carefully, and chose confidently. He has practiced English in real life. He has connected words with actions, sentences with feelings, and learning with experience. That small click, soft as it sounds, is a sign of progress. A tiny moment, yes, but one that carries a lot of meaning. For Daniel, online shopping has become more than buying. It is now a journey of learning, understanding, and confidence. Every review, every phrase, every button helped him grow. He knows that next time he shops, he will feel even more comfortable. He knows that learning English can happen anywhere, even while buying headphones online. With that thought, Daniel leans back, relaxed and ready for whatever comes next. The cart icon now shows a number 1. Daniel smiles quietly. He trusted himself. He read carefully, compared reviews, checked the seller, and finally made a decision. But his journey is not finished. No, when you buy something online, the real adventure often starts after the click. Emails, tracking numbers, delivery updates, small delays, excitement, little surprises. Daniel takes a deep breath and whispers softly, "Okay, now what happens next?" That question begins the next part of his story. The journey from clicking add to cart to seeing the message, "Your order is on its way." Daniel closes his laptop slowly, like someone closing a book after finishing an important chapter. The room is quiet. A small lamp gives a warm, soft glow. Inside him, he feels something gentle and exciting. The feeling you get after buying something online. A mix of happiness, curiosity, and a little nervousness. He lies down on his bed and whispers quietly, "I did it." Not loud, just a small whisper. Because he knows this is not the end. The moment after clicking add to cart is only the first step on a new road. A road full of messages, emails, updates, feelings. And you are walking on that road with him. A few minutes later, Daniel hears a soft ding from his phone. He picks it up. An email has arrived. The subject line says, "Your order confirmation." Daniel smiles. He has seen this sentence before, but now he reads it carefully. Order confirmation means the company has received his order and started processing it. The email continues. "Thank you for your purchase, Daniel. Your order has been processed. Estimated delivery January 15th. Daniel repeats each phrase softly. "Thank you for your purchase. Order has been processed. Estimated delivery." Each sentence feels like a small piece of English he can hold in his hands. He begins to understand the words in context, not just as text on a page. Purchase means buying something. Processed means the company is working on the order. The words estimated delivery tell Daniel when the headphones will arrive. He scrolls slowly through the email. There is more information: tracking numbers, customer service contacts, and shipping details. He reads everything carefully. Tracking number, delivery updates, contact customer service, shipping information. These phrases are new, but they are easy to understand because he sees them in context. Daniel realizes that learning English is easier when it is connected to real life. Every word and sentence makes sense because it relates to what he is doing. He leans back on his pillow, smiling quietly. The headphones are on their way, but the learning is happening in real time. The clicks, the reviews, the product descriptions, and now the emails, everything is teaching him English naturally. Daniel feels calm, confident, and a little excited. The first step of the journey is done. The next part, the delivery, updates, and arrival of the headphones, is coming. He closes his eyes for a moment and whispers, "This is fun. I am learning and shopping at the same time." The soft glow of his lamp makes the room feel cozy. Outside, the world is quiet. Inside, Daniel feels proud, curious, and ready. The journey after clicking add to cart has begun. It is full of learning, understanding, and a little adventure. Daniel reads another line in the email. "You can track your order using the link below." He knows the word track from videos about animals, like tracking footprints. But here it means something different. Track means watching the journey of his package, step by step. He clicks the link. A new page opens. He sees a long line with small circles. Each circle shows a stage. Order confirmed is green. Preparing package is gray. Shipped is gray. Out for delivery is gray. Delivered is gray. Daniel feels something warm inside. It is fun, like watching a small story of its own. He closes his phone and stretches. The night is quiet. Daniel thinks about how English appears everywhere in this process. Not difficult English, not fast English, but simple English that helps him understand the world. Words like track, shipped, delivered, preparing are easy when he sees them in context. He turns off the lamp and goes to sleep with a small hope. "I hope the package arrives on time." The next morning, before washing his face, Daniel checks his phone. Another email has arrived. The subject line says, "Your order is preparing to ship." He repeats the phrase gently to himself, "preparing to ship." He remembers the meanings. Preparing means getting ready, ship means send. Simple and clear. He smiles quietly. "Okay, it's happening," he thinks. Daniel makes breakfast and sits at the table. His mind keeps drifting back to his headphones. He imagines the workers packing boxes, printing labels, and scanning items. He imagines his headphones sitting in a warehouse, waiting to begin their journey. Around noon, another ding comes from his phone. He opens it quickly. The message says, "Your package has been shipped." Daniel notices that the gray circle on the tracking page has turned green. Shipped. He whispers, "This is exciting." He scrolls down the email. There is a tracking number, a long mix of letters and numbers. He does not understand the code, but he knows it is important. It shows exactly where the package is. Below the tracking number, Another line catches his attention, expected to arrive tomorrow by 8 p.m. Daniel reads the sentence slowly, practicing each word, expected to arrive tomorrow by 8 p.m. He understands. Expected means likely or planned. Arrive means reach a place. By shows a deadline. Each phrase feels like a small piece of English he can hold in his mind. Daniel leans back in his chair and smiles. Learning English has never felt this natural. Every email, every small message, every status update teaches him words, phrases, and expressions without stress. He realizes that online shopping is more than buying. It is a real way to practice reading, understanding, and connecting English to real life. He imagines checking the next update tomorrow. Every step, every word, every click is a small lesson. He feels calm, curious, and excited. The headphones are on their way, and so is his learning. He whispers softly, "This is fun. I am learning and watching at the same time." The simple English words, the sentences, and the tracking process have become a quiet adventure in his life. Expected to arrive tomorrow by 8 p.m. Daniel reads it slowly and feels proud. Not because he bought something, but because he can understand these messages easily. He doesn't need translation. He doesn't need help. He understands English in real life, and that feels exciting. The day continues. Daniel goes to work. He tries to focus on tasks, emails, and meetings. But every few hours, his mind drifts back to the tracking page. The first update says, "Package has left the warehouse." Hours later, another message appears, "Package is in transit." Daniel repeats the phrase softly. He learns that in transit means the package is traveling from one place to another. He imagines the box inside a truck, moving through the city. He thinks about the roads, the drivers, and the people working to deliver packages. Every time he imagines it, excitement grows inside him. But soon, something familiar happens. The waiting begins to feel long. At first, Daniel checks the page every hour, then every 30 minutes, then every 10 minutes. He refreshes the page again and again, but the message doesn't change. It is still in transit. A new feeling grows inside him, impatience. He whispers to himself, "Why is it taking so long? Why are there no new updates? What if something goes wrong? What if the package gets lost?" This is normal. It is human. And it is part of the story of online shopping. The waiting makes the arrival more meaningful. In the afternoon, he checks again. Still in transit. In the evening, the same. At night, nothing has changed. Daniel lies on his bed and laughs softly at himself. "I'm acting like a child waiting for a toy," he says quietly. He closes his eyes and whispers, "Relax. It will come." Slowly, his mind calms and he falls asleep. The next morning, Daniel wakes early and checks his phone. This time, the message has changed. Out for delivery. His eyes widen. Out for delivery means the package is on the delivery truck and will arrive at his house today. Daniel reads this sentence again and again. He enjoys each word, out for delivery. Excitement runs through him. He feels happy and a little nervous. He gets dressed quickly, eats breakfast fast, and sits by the window for a moment. He imagines the delivery truck moving through the streets. He pictures it getting closer and closer to his house. He can see the delivery person walking up to his door with a small package in hand. All the English words he has learned, every phrase he has practiced, are connected to this real moment. Daniel smiles softly. He feels proud. He has learned so much just by following the journey of a package. Every email, every status update, and every small phrase has been a lesson. From order confirmed to in transit to out for delivery, English has appeared naturally in his life. Daniel realizes that learning English can happen everywhere, even in something as simple as waiting for a package. He leans back and watches the street outside. He feels a mixture of curiosity, excitement, and patience. Soon, the final part of the journey will come, the package at his door. Daniel knows that every word, every phrase, and every small click has helped him become a better English learner. Daniel sits quietly by the window, listening carefully. He waits for any sound, footsteps, the truck, or a knock at the door. Hours pass slowly. Morning becomes noon. Noon becomes afternoon. Still, no package arrives. A small feeling of worry begins to grow inside him. What if the delivery person cannot find my house? What if the package goes to the wrong address? What if I miss it? Daniel stays near the window. He stays close to the door. He opens the tracking page again and again, refreshing it every few minutes. Then, around 3 p.m., the message finally changes. It says, "Delivery attempted. No one home." Daniel freezes. "What?" He whispers. "No one home, but I was here all day." He feels a sudden drop of confusion and disappointment. He scrolls down for more information. Another line explains, "Your package will be delivered again tomorrow." Daniel takes a long, deep sigh. He feels a mix of frustration, sadness, and impatience. But then he sees another sentence. "If you want, you can contact customer service." Daniel recognizes the phrase customer service. Another English phrase, another chance to learn. He thinks for a moment, should I call? Should I write a message? Speaking on the phone makes him nervous, but he takes a deep breath. "I can do this," he whispers. He opens the customer service chat. A small box appears. It says, "How can we help you today?" Daniel smiles slightly. He begins typing carefully. "Hello. I received a message that says, delivery was attempted, but I was home all day." He reads his message again. It feels clear and polite. He presses send. A minute later, a reply appears. "Hello, Daniel. We're sorry for the inconvenience." Daniel notices the new word, inconvenience. He repeats it slowly. It is a gentle, formal way of saying a problem. The message continues, "We will contact the delivery driver and make sure your package arrives tomorrow before 12 p.m. Daniel smiles softly. He feels relieved. He feels proud of himself for sending a clear and polite message in English. He closes the chat window, leans back in his chair, and whispers, "Okay, one more day. I can wait." He looks out the window again. The streets are quiet. He imagines the package sitting in the delivery truck, waiting for the morning. He thinks about all the English words he has learned today. Delivery attempted, customer service, inconvenience, arrives tomorrow. Each phrase now feels familiar. Each phrase makes him more confident. Daniel sits quietly for a moment, feeling calm. The waiting does not feel stressful anymore. He realizes that learning English is not just about books or lessons. It is about real life. Every email, every message, every step of tracking his package has been a lesson. He is ready for the final step. Tomorrow, when the package arrives, he leans back, smiles softly, and whispers, "Tomorrow is the day. I will understand everything and I will be ready." Daniel feels a small wave of excitement mixed with patience. He knows that each small step, reading messages, tracking the package, contacting customer service, has made him stronger, smarter, and more confident in English. Daniel feels calm again. The waiting game continues, but now it feels different. Waiting is not just waiting. It is learning. It is understanding English. It is communicating. It is trusting the process. Morning comes gently. Soft sunlight touches the edges of Daniel's room. He opens his eyes slowly. The first thought in his mind is the same as yesterday, the package. Without getting out of bed, he reaches for his phone. His fingers, still sleepy, tap the screen. One new notification appears. He opens it carefully. The tracking page shows a new message, out for delivery. Arriving before 12 p.m. Daniel smiles a warm, hopeful smile. The message feels real this time, clear, solid, and certain. He whispers the words softly, practicing them like lines from an English lesson, out for delivery, arriving before 12. He sits up on his bed, stretches, and says to himself, "Today is the day." He gets ready quickly. He washes his face, brushes his teeth, and eats a light breakfast. But his mind keeps returning to the same thought again and again. It's coming. It's finally coming. Daniel stays close to the window, listening carefully. The world outside is alive, dogs barking, people talking, cars moving. But he listens for something special, the low rumble of a delivery truck. Every few minutes, he checks the tracking page again. Still the same message, out for delivery. Hours pass slowly. 8:30 a.m., 9:15 a.m., 10:20 a.m., 10:55 a.m., 11:10 a.m. Still nothing. Daniel's anticipation grows. He watches the street, scanning every passing vehicle. Then finally, he hears it, a soft engine sound, a sliding door, footsteps on the street. Daniel jumps up quickly. He moves to the window, his heart beating faster. He sees a delivery truck, white with a blue logo, moving down the street. A delivery person carries a small rectangular box. The person checks the address on a paper and walks 2 houses down, not Daniel's house. Daniel feels a small twinge of disappointment, but he stays calm. He reminds himself, patience is part of the process. He can learn from this too. He keeps watching carefully. He practices English in his mind, repeating phrases like out for delivery and arriving before 12. Each phrase feels connected to the real situation, helping him feel confident and ready. The truck stops, moves forward slowly, and Daniel watches as the delivery person walks closer, finally toward his house. Daniel notices every small detail as he holds the box. He sees how carefully the delivery person handles the package. He watches how the driver checks the house numbers. He hears the soft sound of the truck doors opening and closing. Daniel repeats English words quietly to himself: delivery, package, truck, arrives, address, careful. Each word connects to what he sees and hears. Time feels slower now, but Daniel feels patient. He has practiced English without even realizing it. Every moment of waiting, watching, and understanding adds to his learning. The world outside, which was once noisy and distracting, now feels like part of his lesson. The delivery truck is more than just a truck. It is a moving classroom. Daniel whispers softly to himself and smiles. It will arrive. I am ready. He waits, confident, calm, and excited, knowing that soon the package will be at his door. Every small English phrase he has learned will make the moment even more special. He watches the truck as it moves closer. His heart beats a little faster. The delivery person stops to pick up another box and now starts walking in Daniel's direction. Daniel feels a small wave of excitement. His hands are a little sweaty. He takes a deep, slow breath and waits patiently. The delivery person stops right at Daniel's gate. Daniel walks quickly to the door, opens it gently, and says, "Hello." The delivery person smiles warmly and hands him a small box. "Package for Daniel," the person says. "Package for Daniel," the person says. "Yes, that's me," Daniel replies. He takes a small electronic pen and signs his name on the screen. The delivery person nods and walks away. Daniel now stands at the door holding the box. This is the box he has waited for, the box he checked again and again on his phone. This is the box he imagined moving through streets, roads, and trucks. He closes the door softly behind him and walks to his table. He places the box down carefully and looks at it for a long moment. He smiles, then laughs quietly. He whispers to himself, finally. But then, a small feeling of fear comes into his mind. Why scared? He asks himself. What if the headphones are not what I expected? What if they look different? What if the reviews were wrong? What if the product is broken? All the doubts he had while shopping online come back. Daniel sits down slowly and puts his hands on the box. The cardboard feels rough, cool, and real under his fingers. He takes a deep breath and whispers to himself, "Okay, Daniel, let's do this." He opens the box carefully. First, he peels off the tape. Then he lifts the small flaps. He slowly removes the inside packaging, step by step, like a small lesson in English, action by action, word by word. He lifts the plastic cover and freezes. Inside the box, there are not black headphones. Instead, there is a small, bright orange portable speaker. A speaker, not the headphones he ordered. Daniel's eyes widen. His mouth opens slightly. "What is this?" he whispers. His heart beats faster. He picks up the speaker gently, as if it might break. The speaker is small, light, and bright. He turns it in his hands, examining it from all sides. He cannot believe it. "This is not what I ordered," he whispers again. Confusion and frustration mix with curiosity. His mind remembers everything he learned while shopping online: reviews, seller ratings, product descriptions, return policies. Could this situation be solved? He takes another deep breath and tries to stay calm. Then he remembers the phrase he learned earlier: 30-day return policy. A small smile appears. That means he can send the item back if it is wrong. He repeats the words silently: return, 30 days, satisfied, refund, customer service. Each word now feels alive because it is part of a real experience, not just text on a page. Daniel sets the speaker down for a moment and looks at it closely. Then he slowly opens his laptop and goes to the online store page. He searches for the return option and checks the instructions carefully. He reads each line of English slowly and repeats the words softly. Then he types a message to customer service. "I received the wrong item. I ordered headphones, but I got a speaker instead. Can I return it?" A few minutes later, a reply appears. "We are sorry for the mistake. Please return the item. You will receive the correct product soon." Daniel smiles quietly. Relief washes over him. He feels proud, not because he got a new product, but because he handled the situation in English. He understood the instructions and took action calmly. Daniel sits back for a moment. The bright orange speaker is in front of him, unexpected, but the fear is smaller now. He practices more phrases: return, correct item, refund, customer service. The words feel easier because they connect with real actions and real feelings. He whispers softly, "I can do this. I understand. I can handle it." Daniel realizes something important. Online shopping is not just about buying things. It is about reading, learning, understanding people, making decisions, and using English in real life. Each challenge, each surprise, is also a lesson. Holding the wrong item in his hands, Daniel smiles quietly. The journey is not just about the headphones. It is about learning, understanding, and growing. He looks inside the box again. Empty. Only the bright orange speaker is there. No headphones. He feels a mix of emotions: confusion, disappointment, a little anger, and a small touch of fear. "I ordered headphones. Not this," he whispers. He sits back in his chair, resting his head in one hand. He breathes slowly, calming himself. He reminds himself that mistakes happen in online shopping. Sometimes items get mixed up. Sometimes the wrong product is sent. And when this happens, it is also a chance to learn English. Not just happy English, but practical English. English for problems, English for solutions. Daniel opens his laptop quickly and goes to his order page. He clicks Help with Order. A new page opens with a question. What problem are you experiencing? He reads the options carefully. Item missing, wrong item received, item damaged, other problem. Daniel clicks Wrong item received. Another box appears. Please describe the issue. He types slowly and clearly. I ordered black headphones, but I received an orange speaker. He reads the message again to make sure it is simple, polite, and correct. Then he presses send. A small chat box pops up. Thank you, Daniel. We are reviewing your issue. A few seconds later, a new message appears. We are very sorry for the mistake. We can offer two options. We send you the correct item immediately, or we refund your money. Daniel thinks for a moment. He looks at the orange speaker. It is small, bright, and kind of cool, but it is not what he really needs. He types carefully, I want the correct item. A new message appears almost immediately. Understood. We will send your headphones today. No need to return the speaker. Please keep it as a gift. Daniel freezes for a moment. Life can be unpredictable. Things do not always go as planned. But Daniel realizes that he is capable of handling problems. Even in English, he scrolls one last time through the reviews. He notices something new. Words like trust yourself, read carefully, learn from experience feel important. These words are not just about shopping. They are about life. He nods slowly. Yes, that is true. Each review, each sentence, each message from the seller or customer service has taught him something important. Daniel thinks back to the moment he first hesitated to click Add to Cart. He remembers the doubts, the small rush of fear, the tiny excitement of possibility. And now he understands the process. He understands the words. He understands himself a little better. He whispers softly, I can do this. I can make decisions. I can learn. I can trust myself. Daniel closes the review page gently. The words, phrases, and experiences are stored quietly in his mind, not as rules or lists, but as real knowledge he can use. He knows he will remember how to read reviews, contact customer service, track deliveries, and understand English in everyday situations. He leans back in his chair. His heart feels calm. His mind feels steady. The small orange speaker sits beside him. It is bright, almost like a friendly companion. He picks it up, presses the power button, and lets soft music fill the room. The notes feel warm, gentle, and encouraging. He taps his fingers on the table, following the rhythm, smiling quietly to himself. He thinks about the next delivery, the headphones he ordered. But now waiting does not feel stressful. Waiting feels like part of the journey. Another chance to see English in action. Another moment to practice patience and understanding. He whispers softly, I can wait. I can learn. I can enjoy this. The room is quiet. Music floats softly in the air. Daniel closes his eyes for a moment, breathing slowly, feeling the sunlight through the window. He knows that online shopping is more than buying things. It is a small adventure, a learning journey, a story full of words, emotions, and choices. In this quiet, warm moment, Daniel feels something new, confidence, calm, and excitement. He whispers once more, I understand. I can do this. I am learning. I am ready. The small orange speaker hums gently on the table. Music fills the space. Daniel smiles, not because of what he bought, but because of everything he has learned and everything he is ready to learn next. Daniel puts the speaker down carefully and opens his laptop again. He goes back to the page where he ordered the headphones. A new message is waiting for him. Replace headphones arriving in 2 days. He feels a small wave of relief and excitement. He clicks on the tracking link and sees a new line appear, shipping label created. He says the words softly to himself, shipping label. Okay, that means the store has printed the sticker for his package. Daniel smiles. These small phrases used to feel strange, but now they feel familiar. He enjoys learning the meaning of each phrase. It is like solving a puzzle piece by piece. He leans back in his chair and thinks, maybe I should write a review too. Maybe my story can help someone else. He opens the review box. The blank space looks big and empty. He takes a deep breath and starts typing slowly. I ordered headphones, but I received a speaker by mistake. I contacted customer service and they replied quickly. They sent the correct item and let me keep the speaker as a gift. I am happy with their service. Thank you. He reads what he wrote again. It feels simple, friendly, and true. He presses the submit button. The page refreshes, and his review appears at the top. For the first time, Daniel feels like he is part of the online shopping world. Not just as a buyer, but as someone who can help others. He feels proud. His experience and the way he handled the problem can now guide someone else.